Well, great morning, everyone. Oh, my goodness. So, Trump actually said I was not privileged enough to go to Epstein's Island. What? I wasn't privileged enough to go to the island? I just did all my dalliances at his homes and, yeah. On the plane. I stooped her on the plane. Yeah. But I wasn't privileged to go to Epstein Island. So how is this sitting with his base? Did they catch that? I wasn't privileged enough to go to his island? Oh, my Lord. So let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what's under it, driving it. Republicans? Or just the wealthy drama? It's about energy coming into it, that new information being put out there wasn't privileged enough. Today that's caused a new cup, all sorts of new things, the challenges, this new path. 3 aces. Potential outcome, the nightmare. And the outside influence is facing a loss. And above it all, looking deeper at what his manipulations. So it doesn't look like it's going to go well for him, does it? Looking deeper, outside influence, he's facing a loss. So when it comes to his Repugly and the conservatives, could be conservatives, etc. This has been overturned. There is maybe starting to see it from a different viewpoint now, and this is painful. Yeah, he was going to, expose the deep state. Crap, he is the deep state. So, doesn't look good. The new information come out. I wasn't privileged enough to go there. What's being built? Is this stuff being overturned? When it comes to the pain, a judgment is coming out from his base as they look deeper into this. So the new cup of abominations that's overflowing there, they don't like the harvest. The seeds have been planted. What's coming out now, what's blooming, they're not liking it. Because of what? The message he just said. Just put out there. I wasn't privileged enough to go to Epstein. Oh my goodness. So the challenge is this new path, this new concrete evidence that's there, opening this new path. When it comes to the MAGA family, not liking the harvest, okay, and the message coming out. So yeah, concrete thing he just said, the new information, this is really an obstacle for him. His challenge is his base now. Potential outcome, nightmare scenarios. When it comes to a victory in his abuse, he's not going to get a victory. It's a nightmare scenario now when it comes to his abuse. He wants a victory, but no. And let's see what we have here. The outside influence facing loss when it comes to the White House. Okay? He's not going to be able to repress this. Okay, he's facing a loss when it comes to the White House and repressing this. Not going to happen. Okay? Not even from the White House can you repress this. It's not going to happen. It's not going away. Your base is not going to forget. Because what? They continue to look deeper at what's coming out now. So the four corners, we have the conservatives, the nightmare when it comes to his abuse of power, okay, trying to control this, and the pain of it all. So the pain of judgment, the messages being put out, the information coming out when it comes to his control and abuse. Yeah, this is being overturned. It's going nowhere. It's being built. They don't like what's coming out the harvest. When it comes to the Magatonians, they want a victory. They want this released. Okay? They're not going to back down with this. So Republicans, the uber right, the information coming out, the new cup of abominations opens the new path of an absolute nightmare. All these things coming out, mentally, emotionally, concretely. I got a dove, how pretty. I love the sound of the doves out there. So all this stuff is coming out and it's becoming an absolute nightmare for the uber right, for those trying to keep him in power. So the very center of it, we have the harvest, what's being built when it comes to his base, the Magatonians, this new cup of abominations, the message that's coming out, the message he just said with his own mouth. Okay, new information, again, more messages of this information coming out, and a new path is opening of judgment when it comes to the harvest. So when we have what's being built, they're overturning these things. It's not going to go away. New information brings new judgment. The uber right, again, trying to build this concrete message, something they're trying to figure out what to put out, and the pain of this new cup that's coming out, his abominations, that's the concrete information. When it comes to his uber right, the Magatonians, the harvest, they want a victory. They want to see. We want the information on the Epstein files. Okay? They keep putting out the messages about this path, about the information coming out. And the message they're putting out is this is a nightmare. Okay? And his whole cup of abominations of abuse is overflowing. So it is far from going away, it's amping up. And the Magatonians are jumping ship. You know, he's got so many of them. Rogan and all these other ones that were supporting him are now turning. What was it? There was one that said now he's a perv and, he lied and this and that. And so the uber right podcasters are starting to turn. Okay? So he is on a sinking ship. Let's go ahead and pull a Noir Tarot and just see what it has to say about this. I'm going to do a clarifying read, and we'll pull a Shakespeare and see what it says about this as well. Let's do that as well. So the Noir Tarot, what we have today with this is the woman on the beach. The woman on the beach. Okay, the house The fire. Now, when it says the woman on the beach, I think this has to do with the island, the things that happened on the island. They're coming forward, telling their tales of what happened because this house is on fire here. Yeah. Things are being lit up. Things are being lit up. And let's pull a Shakespeare tarot here and see what it says. Let's pull a Shakespeare tarot. Tarot, Shakespearean insults. The insult of the morning when it comes to Trumpenstein and what's going on. The Three of Wands. You are ambitious for poor knaves, caps, and legs. You wear out a good, wholesome forenoon in hearing a cause between an orange wife, it actually says that, and a faucet seller, and then rejoin the controversy of 3 pence to a second day of audience. So that's what it says today. You're ambitious for poor knaves, caps, and legs. You want to get all their stuff. You wear out the good, wholesome forenoon in hearing a cause between the wife and the faucet seller, and then rejoin the controversy of 3 pence to a second day of audience. So something's going on behind the scenes with the orange wife. The drama that they're all doing. Okay. His conning, his drama. It's saying there's a lot of drama. It appears there's some drama behind the scenes with his wife now as well. Yeah. None of them are happy. He keeps trying to con things, keeps, wanting to grab all the stuff for himself. So let's see what we have. At the center of all of this, we have figuring out the next move. Okay, contemplating the next action. An agreement. And the mind racing to try to get an agreement on how to go forward. Okay, it's because we need to have a powwow because this is a tower moment. Things are exploding, imploding. When it comes to the mind racing, we need to, again, stop this. Mentally, this is going forward so fast and we want to stop it. Figuring out the next move for the long term. So yeah, for the long term, this is a tower moment. Bringing these ends. Again, end. How can we end this tower moment? He's in a powwow. It comes to his desires of, again, charging forward to bring this to its conclusion and what's being offered up going forward for the long term. Now, I think this has to do with their powwow behind the scenes with Ghislaine. Okay? In a powwow, I need to end this tower moment. Again, this is racing forward and my desire is to quell this. So we're figuring out the next action for the long term. What can we offer up? To have her shut her mouth? Oh, yeah. Well, she's holding on to all this stuff. Okay? She's got all this information, all the goods when it comes to Trump and Epstein and the things that they were doing. Yep, there it is. She's got the evidence in hand. And she wants to have the cushy life now. Okay? Because of what she could share. Underneath of it, the investigations. Investigations when it comes to Trumpenstein. Okay? In other words, I got the goods on Trump. Okay? I was there. I know everything that happened, okay? And those in wealth and power. And I could share it easily. I've got the evidence in hand, okay? So Ghislaine is trying to lean on Trump. But, you know, even if she got out, I don't think it would go well for her. I think she would have to take off out of here, go hide in some an obscure place. Because I have a feeling if she got out, she would have some sort of a auto accident, you know. So you know, even if she gets out, I think she's more secure in jail, actually. Yeah, because she's holding on to this action. She's got the action in hand mentally, the message about the fishtails and the message, okay? She's got a lot of messages, things she could put out, okay? Yeah. She puts it out, she could be facing a loss. The information about the desires, pushing it, when it comes to her, the knowledge she's got, when it comes to the White House, okay, the drama, okay, the delusion, and juggling these things. Okay, her choices made in life. The struggle, there would be the ongoing struggle, figuring out the next move, and I think that's where she could go in the world. Because, yeah, no, that control, that abuse, and tempering, okay? Underneath of it, shedding light. But that could cause what? The end and the tower moment for her going forward when it comes to justice. So she would not be safe, okay? She would not be safe until they get rid of her in some way, shape, or form, okay? She's got too much information. And these people know it. If she had any attempts to blackmail them, she's done. Okay, she's done. It is not looking good for Ghislaine. Her best option is to stay right where she's at. Because she gets out, it's too easy to track her down and disappear her. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.